Hey everybody, so today I'm going to review MISFITS Market. If you don't know who or what they are a company that sells you unpackaged fruits and vegetables. It comes in a box straight to your door. You don't get to choose any of the fruits or vegetables, but they do show you online what they're sourcing this week, so you can get an idea of what exactly is going to come in your box. I would say if you're not very adventurous with your foods and meals, then this might not be the best idea for you. But if you're willing to break out of your shell a little bit, or even if you want to share this box with your neighbor or something like that and just pick and choose what each person wants, then that would be a really good idea to do. But today I'm going to show you, I've gotten at least 2 boxes of each. So there's 2 different sizes that you can choose from. So the one size is the Mischief box, and that is 10 to 13 pounds worth of organic non-GMO produce. That box ends up being $26.50. The box is $22, and then to ship it is $4.50. So if you don't have any discount codes or what have you, that box will end up being $26.50. And then there is the Madness box. So if you're a larger household or if you go through a lot more produce, that box I believe is $39.50, so it's $35 and then $4.50 for shipping again. This box is anywhere from 22 to 25 pounds of organic non-GMO produce. So in the first clip I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through the process and show you exactly what I got in my Mischief box, one of the smaller boxes, and then right afterward I'll show you exactly what I got in my Madness box. So here we go. Okay, so this is my third Misfit box. I'm just going to go around and show you exactly what I got. Right here we have some kale. I think this is, it says it's lacinato kale. And then this is a bell pepper. Looks like it's about to turn over. This is probably the ugliest Misfit that I've gotten, but it's still in perfectly good condition. Here's another bell pepper. We have 2 red potatoes here. We have 3 apples. I think when I looked online, these were Gala apples. We have 3 lemons here. I think this is a beefsteak tomato, green tomato. I'm pretty sure that's still the same beefsteak variety. And then this is a zucchini. This is a pretty fat zucchini, so that's a nice one. Then we have celery here, which will be good. I'm not a huge fan of celery, to be honest, but this will be good for soups going forward. And then if I can't use it all, then I'll just make my husband eat it because he really likes it. I was really confused, honestly, about what this was. I was excited because I saw this and I saw, oh wow, I might be getting some dill in. But then I'm like, what is this hairy celery looking thing? But this is fennel, so that'll be exciting to try to figure out how to use and look up recipes for. I got 3 red onion, and I actually used a little bit of red onion in my husband's salad last night. I am not a fan of red onion, so I took the opportunity to use up as much that I can while I can. So I've already cut into this one, but I wanted to show that there was 3 here. And then this is a little baby acorn squash, so that's kind of cool to get, you know, a winter fall type of item in there. And then lastly we have a big thing of organic beets. So this is a pretty big box in comparison to what I usually get. Not so much bigger, and I think it had to do with having like a lot of stemmy type stuff in here too to take up a lot of room. But this is a pretty good box. So if I were to go to a grocery store, the last couple times that I've added it all up, it's been at least the same, if not cheaper, to do it this way, and it gets delivered straight to you. So if you're like me, I have a hard time going to the grocery store and not going to the clearance aisle and picking up a couple extra things that I don't really need. This has actually allowed me to, instead of going to the grocery store every week, I actually go like 3 times a month now because we have stocked in, and it's actually saved me money because I'm not picking up those extra items. So it all depends on if you're interested in trying new things. Like, I've never had fennel before, so that'll be interesting to try to incorporate. One thing I did also want to mention is that the tomatoes did come in this, and it is made of compostable plant fiber, and it says it within 90 days that it breaks down. So that's kind of nice too, is that they keep in mind that a lot of people take advantage of this because it's low waste. So although they did put some packing tape to make sure that it stayed closed, I think that's nice that they were able to like keep these from bruising as much as possible by also using a somewhat sustainable item. Another thing is so every box comes in, I've had 4 of these come in with it, and this is like the ice gel. So gel ice packing, long lasting, reusable. So this is drain safe, and then the pouch is actually recyclable as well. So I thought, again, another way to be a little bit more sustainable and use everything that you that's coming in. There is obviously some stickers and that kind of stuff on this, but usually it's quite minimal. So again, if you're looking to be a little bit more sustainable, a little bit more low waste, this is really all right. So that was the mischief box, and as you can see, I put my total at the end, and I got these numbers. I honestly just went to the biggest grocer in my area and I plugged in organic apples, organic what have you, and I did an estimate of the price. So it ended up being $25.50, which, like I said in the beginning, the box was $26.50. But if it's worth it to you to not have to drive to the store and get it shipped straight to you, then $1 was $1, you know? So I just wanted to mention that that's how it's not going to be completely accurate. I didn't weigh anything, so a lot of times the item is not priced by pound. Sometimes it's priced by the item. So that's mostly how I calculated everything, but I just wanted to mention that. So now I will show you the Madness box, which again is 22 to 25 pounds of produce. So here's that one. All right, so here we have 4 zucchinis, we got 2 cucumbers, we got 4 little claws or feet of ginger, 2 big heads of kale, 4 lemons, an acorn squash, 4 Rosalind apples, 4 oranges, a big head of cabbage, 6 jalapenos, 4, I believe, Yukon Gold potatoes, 2 big bags of green beans, and these are Jerusalem artichokes. Okay, so that was the Madness box. So as you can tell, I didn't put the actual prices in with that one, but I did want to let you know that I did calculate them up, and overall it was roughly $42 is what it came out to. So again, that box was $39.50. So roughly what you'd be getting. So this is US dollars. Some areas may be much more expensive than my area. I live in an area that's not highly congested, not a very big city, so the prices aren't going to be very comparable to people who do live in big cities. So if you do, this is probably much more of a value to you, but I just wanted to mention that. So I'll also tag in the pictures of my first box that I got and the estimated price here, as well as the box I just got most recently since I did the last Madness haul, and I'll put a picture of that and the price as well, just so you have a good idea of the last 4 boxes that I've gotten and figure out if this is something that you would want to do. So my overall review, was it worth it? I would say for me, you know, it just depends. You do have the option that I didn't mention before of skipping a week. So you can do it on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis. They are not super large, so I actually talked to my mom about it, and she lives in a much more rural area than I do, and they don't ship to her yet. So you can definitely check out and see if they are in your area. I don't live in a huge area, but I think I live in a big enough area for them to be able to ship to me. One other thing I wanted to mention is that those ice packs are only used in the summertime, so they really pay attention to the time of year that it is, and they're really smart about the packaging. Actually, the most recent box that I got came in even more sustainable packaging, so it just came in paper. So it was previously, it came in some type of, I'm not sure if it was fully recyclable, the insulation, but this time it came just in paper insulation. So I was really excited about that, because one of the main reasons that I am doing this is so that I can be more low waste and more sustainable. So was it worth it? To me, I think that it is worth it, but I don't get it as often as every couple weeks. So you do have the option to skip. So I did do it every other week, and I just did the mischief box because it's just me and my husband. However, being the penny pincher that I am, I wanted to see if the madness box would ship for the same price, and it did. So technically I'm paying less per pound for the madness box than I am with the mischief box, and I'll put that final total in here as well. But I believe it came out to $2 per pound for the mischief box, so the smaller box, and then it was well under $2 per pound for the madness box. So it really just depends on how creative you are. A lot of the stuff that I don't use, I either freeze, or actually I recently juiced some of the vegetables that I could. So a good way to use up what you may not use. And I was able to be pretty creative with some of the items that I got that I have never used before. So the fennel that you saw in the first video, I looked up a recipe on allrecipes.com, which you can just plug in what you have and they can pop up with a bunch of recipes, which is a really great resource. And it gave me a tomato soup recipe. So I got to use my tomatoes and the fennel. So if you like to be creative and you want a reason to eat more produce, then I think this is really great. I think going forward, I will probably just get one madness box, because again, it's the better value, probably once every 3 weeks. Because like I mentioned in the first haul of the mischief box, this has allowed me to not have to go to the grocery store as often. So I'm always tempted by sales and everything when I go to the grocery store. So now that I have the boxes coming to my door, I don't need to go to the grocery store as often. So instead of, like I said, going every week, now I go about 3 times a month. So it has saved me money in a roundabout way. I will put in my coupon code below. I believe it's 25 or 30% off your first order. So in the description box, I will make sure I link that for you, and hopefully they ship to your area. If you have any other questions, please leave me a comment, subscribe, like, and I would love to connect with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.